Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today I don't even know what to look at. I think we want to look at Chainlink, um, but it seems like every day there is something new going on in terms of price action. Remember, if you do like the video, hit the like button down below, Jesus, and also consider subscribing. Today, uh, when we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin has rallied back. We're at $34,000. We were flirting with 35. Went up as high as $35,880. This is something you know uh, not out of the ordinary considering Bitcoin's recent price action. But we would want to keep an eye on Bitcoin. I know there's a lot of altcoins that are moving. Ethereum moved a lot. Cardano has moved a lot, and which is great. But all of that can come to a stop if Bitcoin decides to go on another rally. We are hoping for Bitcoin to cool off here. It gives times for altcoins like Ethereum, like Chainlink, to catch up like what they're doing now. We want it to be a little bit more extended in terms of catching up because the past 3 months has been constant bleeding, causing all coins to really falter in that case. So um, when looking at this, let's look at Chainlink. Chainlink, last time we left Chainlink, it wasn't up 10% like this today. It was just curling up, and now when we zoom out, it looks more and more so a clearer picture, and that's what we want to see. We want to see macro changes in direction, and when it happens on larger time frames, not so much on the daily, but when you see on the weekly big green weekly candles like that, it's always a good thing to see. We're going to want to see continuation for the next coming week. We're currently in Wednesday, so there's 3 days, 3 days worth of price action left for this week, and then we're going to be printing off another weekly candle. Uh, we hope that next week's candle and the week after that shows at the end a clear sign of reversal. Essentially, what we want to see is this daily candle formation, right? This curving up in reversal to then be reflected on the weekly. And once we see that, we can be more so confident that the Chainlink's weary days are over, and we can look to set new targets. The first target would obviously try to be um, the prior peak, right? 153,000 sats. That is what we're looking at. In terms of US dollar valuation, I mean, we're not that far. We're at $16.15. The peak was what, $20? Just under $20. We are not that far behind. And surprisingly, the Chainlink valuation against the US dollar has been holding steady, which is a good sign. I know we don't necessarily talk about the U.S. dollar valuation, but sometimes it's a good thing to see, especially when determining when's a good time to buy. It may be a good time to buy with your Bitcoin, but keep in mind of the U.S. dollar uh, pairing, because if it's at all-time highs, then that would make me at least second guess. A good example is VeChain. I know VeChain has been moving, but VeChain, in respect to its Bitcoin valuation, is fairly low, especially when it was down here at 52 sats. However, when we looked at the dollar chart, it was at near all-time highs. It was coming in at the prior all-time high. It was simply just not a good trade in my opinion. However, hindsight's 2020. I mean, you could have taken that trade and you'd be up. But don't beat yourself over it. I'll always say that there's always trades to be made somewhere else. Okay, don't get into a tunnel vision mindset that this is the trade that you have to take. You have to know when to cut your losses, and you'd have to know when to, say, look, this is not the trade for me, um, and look somewhere else that you feel more comfortable doing. And in that way, it's you're less emotionally invested into your projects. It's fine if there's a project like a smaller cap coin that you love and you're holding, um, and not necessarily trading because you just want to hold it. Perfectly fine. But I feel like if you're in it here to make money, then a majority of your portfolio should reflect that kind of emotional detachment to projects and just looking for good value trades. With that said, this is something we haven't seen in a long time. Again, it's been 7 weeks of red weekly candles, and on the eighth week, we see a green. We're up 13.5% on the weekly candle, and we are closing in. Or, well, I guess the moving average is closing in if it loads. There we go. The moving average is slowly closing in. Soon, in a few weeks, if this continues, then we will um, breach the 20-week moving average. Remember, because it's reading lower and lower candles each time, and because of that, the moving average goes down. So when it's trading down, if we continue up, we're going to make contact with it and then hopefully break it. And we know that uh, when looking at the chart of Chainlink, when it's above the 20-week moving average, it does fairly well. It moves up. So this is kind of like something we want to see in the future. However, that'll be weeks uh, before that contact happens, unless we really move up in the short term. Hard to say if it will, but I'm staying optimistic in that. In terms of, is this still a good price to buy? Well, you got to factor in a few things. Do you already have a Chainlink like position? If so, where have you stopped buying? Like, what's your average buy-in price? And how much of that is reflected into your portfolio? I love Chainlink as much as the next guy, but I would not have my entire portfolio or 90% of my portfolio in Chainlink. Um, uh, uh, in fact, it would probably be the other way around if I had to choose. I'd rather have 10% of Chainlink and a majority in Bitcoin, which is roughly what I have right now. It's about 12 to 17%, I believe, uh, of my entire portfolio. So with that said, if you don't have any Chainlink, this still might be a good Bitcoin valuation to buy in. We're still at 46,000 sats. If you think we're going to breach, if you personally think we're going to breach the local peak, then this is still a good trade to make. Just be aware that the US dollar valuation is at $16. It is in the upper regions. We've been going up ever since. The risk gets higher the higher the dollar value gets. Um, and just realize that although it looks bullish now, if Bitcoin uh, decides to go on a parabolic move again, like continue this parabolic move, or dumps back down to the 20-week, expect your your short-term Chainlink position to be in the red, and you have to be okay with that. If you follow that, then you'll probably be fine. But I'm not your financial advisor. So those are things to take into consideration. It could be wise to make a lump sum here and then start dollar cost averaging, and to a certain point, whatever metric you use, have a point, a line in the sand of where you'll stop buying, and let that be your position. But that's just my 2 cents. I'm not your financial advisor. Make decisions for yourself. Do your own research, and you should be fine. Oh, last one. Don't be emotionally invested into Chainlink. That'd be my last like note piece for this video. Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.